So everyone's dead, but let's start from the beginning. Today's story starts in a small village called Shiranami. Now, Shiranami is important because this is where our naive country bumpkin main character, Tatsumi, comes from. So Tatsumi heads off on his big journey with his two best friends by his side. They are all dreaming of fame and fortune in the big city, and everything seems great. Tatsumi's like, I'm gonna go to the capital, and I'm gonna make my name known. But little did Tatsumi and his friends know, this is where the first big twist for the viewer comes into play. And this one hits hard. Tatsumi and his friends get separated when they reach the capital. He tries to find help, and he stumbles upon a seemingly kind, noble girl who offers him shelter. But behind her sweet smile lies pure evil. This noble girl isn't saving people out of kindness. Oh no. She's been torturing and killing travelers for fun. And Tatsumi's friends? They've already been brutally murdered. Just as Tatsumi's about to meet the same fate, a mysterious group bursts onto the scene. Nightraid. They slaughter the noble girl and her guards, saving Tatsumi's life. But of course, he doesn't exactly say thank you. Instead, he attacks them. Now, Tatsumi gets stopped in his tracks, but he doesn't get insta-killed. This is where Leone, the tiger lady with, let's just say a notable presence, decides, let's recruit him. I feel like he has a bit of potential. And Tatsumi, he's like, hey, I remember you, big boobs. You're the one who stole my money earlier. Now, if you haven't seen the show, you're probably asking, who the fuck is Nightraid? Well, Nightraid are a group of satisfyingly saturated rebels. These guys spend their days murdering corrupt assholes in the government. And at this point, Tatsumi's like, I don't think I fit in here. I mean, these people are wild. They're all really strange and they all love killing people. And look, they are killing for a cause. You know, taking down the evil empire and all that jazz. But let's be real. I feel like deep down, they love the violence. Okay, stop. This is where you're about to learn about Imperial Arms. Imperial Arms are the overpowered weapons that are like gun blades, buster blades on meth. Imperial Arms are powerful relics that exist in this world. They are rare and they're only given to the strongest warriors. And guess who wields a lot of them? That's right, Nightraid. Not to be confused with Panty Raid. Okay, so we've established these guys are colourful and violent, but they are in fact the good guys. They are led by a woman named Najenda, the wielder of the Bro Fist. Now, who else do we have in this group? We have Akame, the deadliest sword-wielding babe you've ever met, but it's not all about Akame, you see. Her name is in the title, but she's not exactly the main character. We've got plenty more psycho lunatics here. We've got Leone, a furry lover's dream girl. Mine, the tsundere yapper with a sniper rifle. Bulat, the gay bro you've always wanted. Sheely, a motherly type with a giant pair of scissors. And then there's Lubbock, the, string guy. So now you've been introduced to the new homies, and Tatsumi trains with Nightraid and helps them assassinate corrupt politicians, abusive nobles, and basically anyone who's helping the Empire's atrocities. Over time, Tatsumi grows to bond with the team, and we really love each individual character for who they are. We learn about their tragic backstories and the price that they've paid so far for justice. But unfortunately for Tatsumi and the rest of Nightraid, some of these bonds are about to be tested. This is where the Empire retaliates and introduces its trump card, Esdeath. Esdeath is a sadistic and powerful general. Her Imperial Arms demons extract lets her control ice, making her pretty much unstoppable. Plus, she's great to have at a party. Esdeath, ice in my drink, please. Esdeath gets kind of bored with being able to destroy everyone, and she decides to basically get horny. She becomes obsessed with Tatsumi after meeting him, and she believes that his strength and determination make her a perfect match for him. Her twisted sense of affection for Tatsumi, though, creates this tension from here on out. And I mean, tension. Now, this series is known for its brutal character deaths. And unfortunately for Nightraid, this is where Sheely dies in battle. And for Tatsumi, this is another big death that deeply affects him. And to be honest, you can't blame him, because now the only motherly figure around is Bro Fist over there. But the series doesn't stop killing off people you love here. No. The next person on the chopping board is Bulat. our bro Bulat sacrifices himself in a battle against a new Imperial weapon. But as Bulat is dying, he passes on his Imperial Arms and Curcio to Tatsumi. Now these deaths might have felt like they came so fast, and it's like this in the anime. You're not even finished with the first one yet, and then bam, all of a sudden, here comes a second one. Now, after these deaths, what I feel the series is trying to highlight here is the cost of rebellion. And rather than breaking Tatsumi, this only continues to strengthen his resolve. So let's recap what we have so far. Tatsumi's learnt that the world outside of his city is horrible. He's joined up with a group of eccentric rebels. He's already lost multiple friends. He's got a horny psychopath chasing him down. And he's now the owner of a Mecha Suit Gundam. But what comes next is what really starts to move the story at a rapid pace. We call this phenomenon the Jaegers. Not to be confused with Eren over there, the Jaegers are actually an elite unit made by Esdeath herself to hunt Nightraid. This group includes Wave, a soldier with a copy-paste character design similar to Curcio. Kurame, Akame's younger sister who uses an Imperial Arms to control corpses. Seryu, the bitch that killed Tatsumi's motherly figure earlier. Bowls, a gimp mask dude with a flamethrower and a kind heart. But we aren't even done there. As fast as characters die in this series, we get respawns and then we reattach ourselves to the newest members of Nightraid. Meet Chelsea, the team's makeup artist and part-time assassin. And alongside her, we get Susanoo. This guy is an OCD robot who is everyone's favorite homie. And now with all these warriors in place, we start to notice that the series needs to wrap up fast. Why? Because there's only 24 episodes. But before that, we can't continue this series without Tatsumi and Esdeath getting trapped on a secluded love island, right? And goddamn, Esdeath is a babe. I mean, she'd probably kill you when her menstrual cycle's a little bit off, but you would die a happy man, right? Anyway, Tatsumi pulls the virgin card on this island, and he dips on Esdeath, hiding himself from her until their next encounter. Unfortunately though, the next encounter won't be like the one on the Love Island. This is where the series lets it rip. The Jaegers battle Nightraid. Bowls gets Senbon needled by Chelsea. Chelsea gets Halloween decorated by Kurame. Seryu gets pumpkined by Mine. Mine confesses her love for Tatsumi, then floats off and dies like Jack from Titanic. Akame stabs her sister in the heart, because that's what a loving sister does. Lubbock falls out of the sky without ever pronouncing his love. Susanoo sacrifices himself being a Chad to save Brofist. And that basically brings us to nearing the end of the series. Crazy, right? Basically, everyone got nuked. So who's even left? On the side of Nightraid, we have Tatsumi, Akame, Najenda, and Leone. And for the Jaegers, we have Esdeath, who basically counts as 5 people anyway. Oh, and we also have Wave, Tatsumi's ripoff. And wait, who is that? Oh, that's just the final boss. Don't worry about him, we'll talk about him soon enough. Actually, on that note, rewind it back for a second. Whilst all this has been happening, this whole time in the shadows of the Empire, we see Honest, the true ruler of the Empire. Although he's not in the position of the throne himself, he controls and guides the Prince of the Empire to do as he wants. How does he do this, you may ask? Well, let's just say there's a reason that children are restricted to ads on TV. You know, because they're stupid. Hey little boy, I'll give you some candy if you destroy the world and all the people underneath you. Oh boy, I love candy. This is where everything in the series comes to a peak. Tatsumi and friends all battle with the capital to try and save everyone in the Empire. That giant robot we saw earlier forgot that this wasn't a mecha anime. And at the same time, it forgets that you're not supposed to murder the main character. Tatsumi sacrifices himself to save some innocent people, showing again who he truly was at the core of his heart. Akame is left grieving because Tatsumi always promised her that he'd make it out alive. Well, he fucking lied, didn't he? Because Akame doesn't even get to mourn him, because she has a reservation booked for the most badass fight of the whole show. Her and Esdeath battle to the death. Esdeath uses time freeze OP jutsu, but Akame uses her trap card, plot armor jutsu, and then she stabs her with the one-hit wonder sword. Esdeath graciously accepts defeat and respects Akame's need to grieve. Just kidding. Esdeath does an instant transmission with Tatsumi to the afterlife, leaving Akame just sitting there like, wait, what? Whilst all this is happening, Minister Honest tries to pull a little sneaky and escape out the back door. Unfortunately for him though, the back door's guarded by a feisty pussycat. Leone gets capped a couple of times by a pistol, but she still manages to wipe Minister Honest from existence. Coming towards the end here, we don't even know how to feel. The child who was manipulated this whole time gets offed for being a naughty little boy. Leone crawls into an alley to die like an elderly house cat. And Akame and Brofist stand atop a city, glad that all their efforts finally paid off. You know, only at the cost of basically everyone inside of this whole anime. Then it's time for Akame to say goodbye. She disappears with the burden of her friends' deaths heavy upon her shoulders. And this is where we see the anime close out. Akame enters battle once more in the desert, but against a new enemy. Now, most people hated this ending, and understandably so, but for me personally, I kind of liked that everyone got killed off. When I first watched this anime, I had never seen main characters be killed off, and it made me wonder what other anime series are out there. And that's why this anime got me hooked, and that's why I wanted to tell you this story. Speaking of stories, make sure you click this video right here. Check out these other stories where I review anime. And of course, don't forget to slap the shit out of the like and subscribe button and my anus. And I'll be seeing you soon. Peace out.